So we just had the anniversary of the Nixon shock, and I thought I'd make some analogies to my life where I had a turning point in my life, just like the dollar had its turning point 50 years ago today. So when I was 16 years old, I started cleaning up my diet. You gotta understand, when I was a teenager, I was significantly overweight. I was dealing with mental health problems. I was going to college part time when there was a girl in my class that I liked, and I wanted to lose some weight to impress her. I had gone home and I was just about to reach for my favorite soda. I was drinking a lot of Coke at the time. I was just about to reach for a Coke when I thought, maybe I should try some water and see, let's try one glass and see. And I took some water, and I instantly told myself, I could go the rest of my life without soda. And I started imagining myself sometime far, far into the future. I was an old man, and I hadn't drank soda for 20, 30, 40 years. That I was imagining myself, and I'm free, And I really loved that image. I can still remember when I was 16 years old and daydreaming about that image. Oh, I'm free, and I'm walking down, and I used to love Survivor. I'm walking along a beach on an island, and just being free of soda cravings and being free of crap. And that image stuck with me during the first couple of months that I didn't drink soda. And I haven't drank soda for 17 years since then. Actually, closer to 18 now. And I to this day, I still feel so good being emancipated from soda. I eventually cut all sorts of crap out of my diet. So this was around September of 2003 when I quit drinking the soda, and I've been free for more than half of my lifetime now. Another major shocking point in my life was in 2010 when I went on my first quote-unquote solo sexual date. I had just broken up with my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend who was using me, but I had a hard time breaking up with her because it was early summer. There were so many things I wanted to do that summer. I wanted to go see a bunch of movies with her. I wanted to go travel with her. Come to think of it, during the time we were together, we hardly did any of those things. We just spent a lot of money, that's all. And I had a hard time realizing that, though, because I kept daydreaming that I wanted to go to the Rocky Mountains with her. I wanted to go see movies with her. I just kept daydreaming, that's all. So we broke up because I was broke after I spent all my money on her. Now, one Sunday morning, just a week or two after I broke up with her, I noticed that there was a coin show in town. And I'm like, uh-oh, how am I going to go to that coin show? Somehow I mustered the courage to go to that coin show, and I had a good time. That was June 13th of 2010. And to this day, every year on June 13th, I still celebrate my anniversary. Now, there was one more event that made me discover myself. On December 8th, 2011, I was getting ready to graduate with my PhD. But there was just one problem. I was going on lots of solo sexual dates. I was in good health again. I had recovered the money that I had lost when I was dating the girl. I had recovered my good grades, obviously. There was just one problem. I didn't have another girl in my life. You got to remember, back in 2011, people judged you for being single. They still do. But it used to be a lot worse, especially in a school environment, right? Everybody was asking, is your girlfriend coming to your graduation? And I almost didn't want to go to my graduation because of all the judgment and the confusion in that. And I thought to myself, what can I do in these last couple of months to stir up some attention, to maybe get a girl to talk to me? And so I started writing a computer Othello game. And long story short, 10 years later, I have, how many gold medals do I have altogether? I'm probably going to win 10 gold medals this year at the Computer Olympiad. And so those two events are what I call the turning point for the current chapter in my life. I ended a chapter when I graduated with my PhD, and the two turning points were my first solo sexual date and my first computer game. Okay, fast forward 5 years from then, 2016. Now I was a few years into my career. I had just broken up with my girlfriend because she accused me of cheating on her. I was cheating on her with a computer game that I was writing, but that upset her too. And I left her home in a mess. I just left in disgust. And before I knew it, I ended up driving out to Vantage, Washington. And when I got there, the night sky was out. Jupiter and Saturn were out. And I just had such a good time. I forgot all about the girl. And this was March of 2016. I got to see Jupiter, Saturn, the Milky Way. Now, my latest turning point happened on March 19th, 2020, when we had to lock down. And, I say 2010, I discovered how happy I was being a solo sexual. 2020, I was once again happy being a solo sexual, but this time, instead of people judging me, people actually liked that I stayed home by myself, right? So I really liked it. For once I got not only accepted, but appreciated for being solo sexual, and I had such a good time. I wrote a computer AI for the game of Backgammon. I named it Corona Gammon, and then there was Corona Gammon 2.0, and then I recently started, I was going to call it Corona Gammon 3.0, but I decided to call it Delta version, obviously, right? So, and then I moved out to the Rocky Mountains, and I really got accepted for who I was. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of work to be done on accepting singles for who they are, but I feel that the fact that we had to quarantine gave me a little bit of an edge, right? It gave me a little bit of a push that I needed. Anyway, so those were the main turning points in my life. These last 12 years. I hope over the next 12 years there'll be other turning points like that.